Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. And also, we're talking about the holy beings of the 80 Siddhas. Mm. It's like kind of the really such histories. Went to in this area in Mumbai, and in the mountain there is the area of the 80 Maha Siddhis. Like they are living on the cave, and also it's like they collect water in the rainy water, and then there's like on the cave there's small temple teaching place. All each individual is like a little bit dig on the rock, and then they are living. And inside the rock there is a bed and the pillar, everything. But now it is a very kind of the, how do you say, tourist area, very much dirty, and only the like trade there's kind of. And also those 80 Mahasiddhis are the really inconceivable holy. They can to fly, they can to like to do many different, they are mastery over this five elements. And those are already is like kind of the histories. And in this perspective for ourselves is of course, and it's absolutely. And also when we are thinking ourselves, it is and concerning really to realize that when is it arrived our impermanent, we haven't got certainty. We don't know when it will arrive. And also it's like how we can to need to go past. And in this world, we don't know it is, but it's a certainty that is like at the moment we haven't got certainty. We don't know really. Even sometimes we haven't got doubt. Am I like going to through the impermanent or not? We all the time thinking we are the permanent. And once we are training our mind in this kind of explanations, then there's the certainty is coming. Surely when is I don't know, but also it's like surely I need to go to through my impermanent, and also which kind of the circumstances giving to me the like the for the condition of the impermanent. Maybe it's like by the food, by the like a kind of the traveling or sickness, which kind of we don't know. Really, it's like inconceivable things. Sometimes like a very person's very healthy. Once I was very much shocked one day as a Concorde, Concorde crashed in Paris, Charles de Gaulle. And this is the informations most like inside the people's Germany's, they are rich. And before they take off, everybody's very excited because Concorde. And they calling to the family says, now we are like inside taking off. And okay, we'd be there in America. I don't know, but destiny arrive. We can to call you. Bye bye. Talk to later. So just 5, 10, 20 minutes is they receive in the television. All of them go, and then disappeared. All the families in American to make the joke in American idioms. Forever separations. Forever separation. Then we lost, and like this kind of very those people rich, healthy, and joyful going. They never ever constantly. They don't think about I'm going to die on the Concorde, but then certainly there's the conditions coming. There's no choice, and they are like want this kind of many like kind of. Once I like in the one person's very difficult person. He's is like a very much difficult to talk about impermanent these things. Once he was in the Malaysia, in the Penang, and the tsunamis came, and then it's like he was this person was in the seaside, and certainly there's some his friend or something is failing, and he tried to collect, and then it's like of course he in the wave inside, and this the oceans to hit him on the rock, and then it's like his powers lost, and then it's like carrying back, and then he's, now I need how I can to make him poor. And he started as like to think me how he taught to me, and he started to try to make him poor. But some is the wave was coming out, and someone's catch to him. He didn't die. And then afterwards, then he practiced, want to study the poor like this. Then I said, do you understand impermanence? Absolutely truth. I'm almost still went to this death process. Like sometimes this kind of occurring, then is we believe that it's a little kind of too late. And this, when we need to certainty to arrive, then we don't need to meditate. It's like sometimes, I need to meditate on the impermanent. That means it's like we need to really to realize that the impermanent. And whatever we see, whatever we doing, drink, eating, sitting, and the house, everything is one day, maybe you think, I'm stay here, but I'm impermanent. I don't know how long I'm stay there, how long I'm drink this tea, maybe this talking, this chatting, these things. You have some certainty, realization inside in your mind. That moment, we don't need to meditate on the empty, the impermanent, nothing. And this realization, these understandings, then it's like kind of it's how to ready to practice the Dharma. In the advice to Gonzon Chuja says, the renunciation is the entrance door of the Dharma. The renunciation is how we can need to get the interest or the renunciation or like kind of the enthusiastic to practice that through the training process of the 4 reminders. And then it's like 4 reminders to training our minds, and then recognize the human existence. Each moment make happy and want to do something good, and also it's like happiness is coming. And the impermanent things is like kind of hurry up to do some good things, positive things. And maybe it's like meditating, develop compassion, or maybe it's like some also other things. Someone's life is like a kind of all the time is a complain and complain and like this. And then it's life is sometimes become horrible. And then it's like they don't understand it's impermanent. They don't understand that the human existence. Then it's when we look at sometimes, this life is what? It is. And then suddenly then they died. That this is the end. Then life is useless. And this perspective, we understood the impermanent. We don't know tomorrow. Today, I wanted to do so. I'm often repeated again. And like this, sometimes to understand the realization of impermanence, it's like kind of benefit for us. And like this, then it's and to mind need to training to thinking those holies and those beings, how they are went in the parinirvana to demonstrate the impermanent. I am absolute, no need to mention when, how, and which kind of circumstances, I don't know. Then to hurry up to do something is like truly Dharma Sadhana. Who is the master all of the attributes of the path and the lever and the process, ultimate clairvoyance and the this miraculous power, absolutely. And all those are already gone in the history now. And this sometimes, when you read the history, is wonderful. In Tibet, sometimes some nomad persons, they reading history of the Malaripa, the history of some compassionate, not like kind of uncompassionate things. Reading, and then certainly they become the really great practitioners. It's wonderful. Their life is completely changed. It's become wonderful. Like this. And how it is the one we benefit, when we meditate on the impermanent things, which kind of result to in our minds. That is the very important. Here too in Tibet, we call the Lord of the land of the snow. When the second Buddha of the Orgyen turned the will of the Dharma and to ripen and the liberated beings, Nguru Rinpoche first came and the Shantarakshtas, Bumalamata, and they created in the Sami monasteries. And the first times, of course, like Nguru Rinpoche, principally 25 disciples. And also there is someone, like when they received the weapon empowerment, immediately become the enlightenment. Immediately someone kind of flying, someone has they experienced and liberated many things. They lived all his followers, like the 25 disciples, known as the king, the subject. Of course, it's like King Toson, that's principally. And all that time, the subject is become the follower of the Guru Rinpoche, and the 80, like the Siddhas of the Yerpa, in the 12 Yerbas, in the one retreat place, there is like the 80 retreaters. Everybody is like kind of, they become the Maha Siddhis and extraordinary. And later came to the ancient traditions, mastery of the So, Sir, and the Nup claims it. This is the lineage holder of the Guru Rinpoche. And So is like a very famous great masters. He received all the early like ancient traditions teaching. First time So, and this one person practitioner. So So, and then is the gift to all the transformation, the Sir, and then is the Sir and the Songji, and then through this all the great perfections, early like kind of traditions is come through this, and this kind of great masters already gone, and now just left their histories, and compare that. Of course, I'm impermanent. I need to go. Surely, when I don't know, how I don't know, which kind of conditions I don't know, and before this arrive, before I will become the histories, I need to do something to education and to study, practice, prepare something very important. And also it's like the Mappa, Milarepa, and the Tapo of the new tradition, and the immeasurable others learned, and the uncomplacement beings. In the Kagyu traditions, it's like Telo, Naro, Marwa, Mula, Tapos. All those like kind of, we have like history of the Jetson Malaripa, extraordinary practitioners. He is like kind of the cannot to destroy by water, fire, element, even the shooting things. And this kind of great Maha Siddhis lineage holders, they are already is like kind of history. Those noble sentient holy beings already gone. There is nothing else. Most of them achieved higher level of the unconscious placement, and mastery over the four element is like a kind of four element: fire, wind, earth, and everything. But finally, they also show that such impermanent demonstration of impermanent, they already gone there. Although they could produce all the sort of the miraculous transformation, they could make a tangible object appear out of the nowhere and disappear into nowhere. So that means it's like something is like untangible things making the tangible, tangible things making the intangible. And this kind of is extreme. They have power and realization, clairvoyance is like that. But also they show to us impermanent. They already gone. This kind of holy beings is already is like already gone. Of course, ourself is absolutely, and when, how, it is which kind of condition we don't know. It is coming. Those kind of the great holy beings, they could not burn by the fire, be swept away by the water, be like the crushed by earth of the fell into the precipice, into the space. They are the were simply free from any harm that the four element could bring about it. those kind of water, earth, fire, and also like the precipice is like kind of they cannot to fill into the holes. And there's a history of the Jetson Malaji, but the below is coming, and there is like a once is Jetson Malaji was in his cave, and a few hunters came inside. They look, and in the cave there's one guy. He looks like ghost, because his body is completely like a green or the black, very in skin. And then they ask, "Are you ghost or human being?" He don't say, and he's meditating. And then finally, they like to shoot it. It doesn't help. That cannot kill. And then they study abroad in the rock, through the rock. It doesn't go through, and he's fly back to the cave. And they put in the water. Finally, they burn it. When they burn, and then in the Malajipa sit on the fire, and he's singing. And then they have some faith. They become the student. Even like this kind of miraculous, holy, sentient the beings, they already show to us impermanent. Absolutely, we are the truth. And in this perspective, we need to quickly, urgently, to accomplish the Dharma. We need to do something benefit. What we need to do is positive. And what we need to do to give up the negative things. That is the most important. We understood the impermanent. Then what we need to do? We need to do positive. Then what we need to do to try to get rid of all the positive actions. That is the most important element. Okay, then is maybe history of the Malajipa this afternoon. What do you have questions? Do you have any questions? Yes. Romania. Yes.
Moldova.
Okay. Danala.
Yes. Well, we know that nothing disappears, everything transforms. So in this context, where does Buddha and teaching go? You said about luminosity. Is it they transform into luminosity? And does this affect us? Because we know everything is interdependent. So does this make our world better? Does this enrich our consciousness? I think it's
yes, everything
complex.
is like a transitic nature, transitory and transform. And but there are something source. Without a source, we cannot to be here. We cannot continue. In the scientific, there's the first cause. Have you heard? In the Western, great philosopher, the Thomas. He's talking about the 5 theories. This insight is talking about first cause. First cause is the basis of the universal. This basic one is the source of the everything. Maybe come from that, maybe abiding there, everything to dissolve into there. What do you think? There is, yes? No. To research that. We are researching that. You are first times, maybe to those some students, maybe with me, 15 years we are searching that. This basic, this universal basic ground. And the Buddhist philosophicals, they call the nature. Christianity called the God. Scientific, they call the Big Bang. This is first cause. All moved, transformed everything. This is not Tibetan philosophy. It's a philosophy of the Westerns. It doesn't move, but transformed. It doesn't move, but unmoved, moved.
Okay, so if everything is a circle, then nothing
Analyze.
would be like everything with a twist, right? So there is existence and non-existence at the same time, right? There is this duality. Is that correct? Is it?
Not correct. You are intelligent, okay? It's very much, I'm happy. It's modern and intelligent and want to argue. If you want to argue with me, I'm very, very happy, okay? To put this kind of questions, wonderful. I'm saying, just a moment. I'm saying, yes, everything is transformed. Everything is changing. There's nothing permanent. There's nothing exist. Any stabilities. Everything is. Then what? If you say in this perspective, nothing. No, nothing. It's not nothingness here. Come from. Going. But I want to say this, where we are come from. There's something left. Analyze. Where is our destination? I don't believe the destination. Where?
So luminosity then is.
Luminosity, where is luminosity? What is the luminosity?
If we are okay, so if there is like light, then it goes through a
Who
prism.
said light?
Well, luminosity.
If there's a light, it's existence, then everything's existence.
And we see light only because we have the contrast of
Light also transformed.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on, argue with me. Dana, I make joke. It's a very, very important. In the Buddhist, most philosophies, they analyze past, futures. Past is not existence. Already gone. There's no trade. Universal is come from past, but there's nothing trade. Space.
Yes.
Futures, there's no destination. In the body place, no existence. Then what do you need to talk?
But then why?
That's just one point. Now we need to this searching, researching. Okay, you can sometimes, this is very important to searching. Really, if you think like this, shocked. I asked to one science. This based the primordial cause, particle, antiparticle, eclectic. This particle is the building block of all the universals. Then I said, that is the kind of the existence, truly, substantially. Okay, I said, particle, antiparticle. This three is like unseparability of the particles, eclectic. Then I said, eclectic I take out. Particles, antiparticle. Antiparticle itself has particle, eclectic, or there is long. If you have this one, three, there is, you need to divide it, three. You need divided three, then at the end, there's nothing existence. That is also liar. These three building blocks. And then is how you can say this science. Then he was angry. Shut up.
How? There is always space, right? So if you separate the particles, there is always space.
Two things is a very crucial point. Things when you are constantly like this, sometimes you can't to talk. You can't to like think. To on that, a little to meditate in I will tell you later more. Okay? Okay, other questions?
So we can philosophy about space and things like this, which are very abstract. But if we will remain by our mind ourselves, by the true nature of mind itself, who is able to judge if our behavior is compassionate or not? Because the person outside, for a person who is not the mind itself, because then they have other appearances. My action for you could be not at all compassionate. You could say it is aggressive, it is lazy, it is. You can give many judgments about my behavior, but my attention, nobody can know it. Only the person itself. Only the mind itself of this person, the true nature of the mind of this person.
But
Which mind will know it? Which mind will know if the behavior is positive or negative?
Can you make a resume? Only the mind itself, yes? Oh, yes, only the mind itself. That's great. But we can to say it's like a little bit to listen to others, how do you say, the suggestions. It's why not? Sometimes it's a mind. Mind is become enlightened mind. Mind is become the stupid. Mind can be everything because the mind is a creation of the everything. In this case, sometimes our mind is very stupid, and a little we listen to the other suggestions, and they can to help to mind. Then, of course, mind can't judge mind itself. Correct answer? Okay, that's I think is okay. Okay, other questions? Okay, then maybe we can to stop there. Okay. Sonam dayu tamje zibanya tonne ni badanam pam. Yeganan jiwalan trubaya saban solindo kandu